Hi, this is attempt number 862 or something like that. I just keep recording this video over and over in hopes to make it a good experience for you. Okay, so this looks to be like the best recording yet. And it looks very crisp on that end. So we're going to keep this one. Okay, so this we're going to continue with our layers, and we're going to draw 2 more flowers, and we're going to make stickers today. So what I did, ignore the red petal please. So what I did here is I went through and I figured out what layer, let's get rid of those, what layer, see that, needed to be closed up so that the color didn't fill out. So when I drew this, I just drew, I'm going to keep red, I just drew that one. I just drew this. I just went zoop, zoop. Ooh, that looks pretty. I'm going to keep it. Zoop, zoop. That looks pretty. I'm going to keep it. But what's going to happen to this is when we color fill this, because it's closed in from what I did earlier, it's going to color fill appropriately. But what I drew when I did the zoop zoop, see how it doesn't have a bottom there? So we're going to actually erase the bottom because that's what was originally drawn. Was it just like that? Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we can color fill this, no worries. We color fill this, no worries. We color fill this, not at all, because the color is just going to leak out that bottom edge. So what I went ahead and did is I messed with my layers until I found the layers that made it understood what I needed to fill in, and then with then I went just right on top of the other black line, and I filled in that layer. If you're going to color stuff in, you don't need to do that. It's not a big deal. So when we're making our drawings, it's really easy just to draw like we did. It was real easy to draw. But it's not super easy to go back in and retrace things. So there's a few things we can do while we're doing our drawings. Oh, it'll all disappear here in a minute. Oh my. Let's just go back where I had that red petal, I think is where we were. Yep. So one thing is when we draw, we're going to need to think about that. So we'll have our, oh, sorry about that. We'll have our center of the flower, right? And then we had our petal. So this one here, because it's on one layer, would work just fine. Boy, I'm really messing up this drawing. Don't worry about it. Okay? Because it's on one layer, it will color fill each section just fine, right? But if we have these on separate layers, this area right here would be open. This bottom of this crescent here right here, the bottom of the crescent right here would be open and it wouldn't fill properly. Okay? So we'd either have to think about that when we're drawing, either put them on one layer or redraw over like I showed, or combine them in the end and not have them on separate layers and then color at that point. Okay? There's a couple ways we can do that. Also, we can, ready? Remember, I don't really care that those are red leaf. So what we can do is we can go in here and we have our sunflowers, right? Our sunflower is that group that we made. Remember, we made that group here. And I'm sorry, my screen is super dark because my, let's see if I can get it a little better for you. It's super bright because as soon as I go up any more at all, it just blows out on my screen. So I'm assuming it blows out on your screen. We will get this figured out, okay? So I know these layers are dark on the left-hand side. There's not much I can do about that today. We're working on it slowly. Okay, so we can actually duplicate our whole entire sunflower layer. Look at that. And now we've got a massive sunflower layer. See, there's sunflower layer, right? So we can take and we can put these all together, right? Help if I were doing it the right way, huh? Just turning them all on to blue, right? Bounce and hold, bounce and hold. Oops. Okay, oops. See, there they are right there. Those are the ones I picked. Like, get rid of that. Just give you a minute here. And bounce and hold. Okay, so we got those. Oops, I went and turned them off. Sorry about that. So let's just pinch them together because that's just what I want to do. We want them all one. Leaf and stem. There we are. So they're all on this one here. Let's turn off this. You go away. You go away. Okay, so that's the bottom layer. This is our, see that? Now it's just labeled stem underneath a group called sunflower, and then there's another group called sunflower. Remember, we just copied that whole group. So we have our original layers. We want that for a reason. But here in sunflower we have this. So now we can actually color fill and color this in and leave this group alone. Okay, we're going to talk about that during class and decide what is best for us when we draw our next two. I find grouping them together, not having to redraw over them, is the best way to go. But we'll have a vote on it at that point, okay?